Hi, my beady friends. It is FriYAY, and that means it's bead live day, bead show, live bead, whatever, live sale day. I have been really low energy all day today. I woke up tired and I've never quite woken up. You know that feeling where you're just kind of underwater and all you want to do is go crawl back in bed. That's about where I am right now. Hello, Miss Cattery. Good to see you as always. I was just thinking, as I was getting ready today, I was just thinking about our trip to the Czech Republic, and there are still things that I'm selling from that I purchased in the Czech Republic back then. Would have been like 18 months ago or so. Um, Hello, Miss Lita's with Hess and Teresa and Angel and Pamela. Hi, guys. It's good to see you. I hope you're having a good week. Our week here has been a little bit weird, isn't it always, I guess. But for instance, we had one day where Corey and I are usually the last two out the door here at the warehouse. I usually work till 6 or 6:30, and Corey works till 5, but everybody else is gone by 4 or 4:30. And so there was one day that about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, as the cold front was moving in, the electric in our warehouse started going off, and it would go off for like not even 10 seconds, and then it would come back on again. And that happened like maybe twice over the afternoon. And then about 4 o'clock, it started cycling and happening every like 5 minutes. And it was just ridiculous because I would just be getting my computer back up running to the point where I was ready to start work again, and then the power would flash out again. And so Corey and I ended up leaving at 4:30 that day because it was like there was no way to work. And it took a couple more hours before I got the notification from the electric company that they had fixed the issue. So just really weird stuff like that happening this week. Um, Hey, Miss Charlotte. It's good to see you, Charlotte Micklick, who is on here with us today. Char was one of my she and I have known each other now for almost 20 years. She was one of my very early students at our local bead store in Austin, Nomadic Notions. And Nomadic Notions is where I learned how to bead. It's where when I quit my day job to try to figure out how to make a living in the bead world, I went and worked for Nomadic Notions part-time. It's where I learned how to become a teacher, a beading teacher. And that's where I got to know Shar. So it's good to see you on here, Shar. Um, let's see here. Oh, yay, Lita got her Tucson beads. Were you just like so excited? I hope that you absolutely loved everything that you got. We actually, the girls, finished shipping all of the live sale orders from Tucson and from last week. Earlier this morning. I think they finished up about 11 o'clock this morning. I think there's like 4 or 5 orders that we're holding until Monday for various reasons. One is there's a back end issue that I have to get on Comet Sold support with to try to fix. One is missing an item that I actually have at home. There's just a couple of little randoms, but 99% of those orders are out the door now, which is fabulous. And my next thing that I need to do is next week, actually probably this weekend and next week, we're going to work on pulling together the Tucson treasure bags that we pre-sold. And so we're going to be getting all that product picked and bagged and labeled and assembled and shipped out the door next week. So if you had pre-ordered one of the Tucson treasure bags, that will be going out the door, hopefully by the end of next week. Oh, Lita, oh, I'm so glad that you loved what you got. Oh my gosh, that makes me want to cry. Like I said, I just felt like this Tucson shopping trip was pretty exceptional in the quality of the stuff that I was able to get. I was really thrilled. It was interesting cuts. It was some great old stock rough stone that is just beautiful. And Isn't it funny, Lita? That actually is making me all teary because, that's what it's all about for me is I enjoy going and doing the shopping, but ultimately, what I really get my joy from is bringing all this stuff to you guys and making you happy too. And we're all bead addicts, right? So it's always like, ooh, I need some more pretties, and just having it in your stash, whether you use it or not, makes you happy. I mean, don't we all go and fondle our beads at some point? As a matter of fact, let's see here. I got to dam my eyes because they're watery. um, Oh, yeah, the goldstone with the grooves. I know. It is killing me that I cannot get any more of that goldstone with the grooves. I'm going to talk to the guy and see if I can get him to track down who his supplier and what for those stones were, and see if I can get back to the actual manufacturer of them, to see if I can get some more made. So fingers crossed. It's a long shot, but I figured it would be worth a try. Uh, all right, so couple of things to tell you guys. I did a thing this week that I'm really excited about. I hired another designer for us, and you guys, some of you guys who go around and watch all the various lives out there may know this woman. Her name is Drea Carbone, and she is formerly of beadshop.com. She is going to be working for us here at joewisemandesigns.com, not only as a designer, so we'll be having some projects by her rolling out. So I'm really excited to have Drea on board for that. But she's also going to be working for me part-time on behind the scenes website stuff. She's got lots of experience in that kind of field. And right now, if you're not aware, I'm in the middle of a very long process that started actually 2 years ago, but we're in the home stretch here of having a brand new website built out. I'm working with developers. It's going to be all custom for us, and there are some special things that we need to do on the back end to get the website ready to launch. They're hopefully going to start coding on that website in the next week or two, so we're still several months away, but we're kind of at the end of the planning part, the intensive planning. So there's things like our website, jillwisemandesigns.com, has never had a filtering program. I have managed to institute filtering on just a couple of categories, but it's fairly basic. Well, Drea's got all this experience creating a filtering system for a bead store, and so she's going to be doing that for us. So that's just one of the types of projects that I'm going to have her working on the back end, and so I'm really thrilled to add her to the team. So I'm excited about that. She's a lovely woman, and I think you guys are going to love her designs as well. We're also going to start having some designs by Chloe Minaj. And Chloe of Pink Hot and I have been friends for probably 10 years in the industry. She's been working for me for something like 8 years, doing a lot of my social media, a lot of the newsletters. She basically does the newsletter, and then I go in and Jillify it. And so she has been an indispensable part of the team, even though she's in the UK. She's been a part of the team for a long time, and she's got wonderful design sense, very fun and vibrant colors. And so she and I are going to actually, we have a meeting scheduled for next week to go over some of the design work that she's going to be coming and doing for us as well. So I'm bringing in a whole team of designers, and also trying to get some more help on the back end so that I can get back to designing and doing videos for you guys too, because I really, really miss that. All right, so that's all my chitty chatty news. Let me get down to the preview of what's going to be on today's live sale. And if you haven't been on one of our live sales before, it's going to happen right there at jwdlive.com. It is a different website than my regular website, which is the jillwisemandesigns.com. That's the full service bead store. Right here on jwdlive.com, we only show items that are limited edition things. There's a lot of gemstone that goes through on jwdlive.com. We have our live sales on Fridays at 4 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Central, 2 o'clock Mountain, 1 o'clock Pacific. And so that is about 40 minutes from right now. And so I usually come on, and do these little live previews to give you an idea of just some of the things that are going to be in the live sale for that day. I will tell you that today's live sale might be just a little bit short. We won't run, for sure, we won't run the full 2 hours. It'll probably be closer to an hour and a half today. I was interviewing Drea and I was doing all this stuff with the developers on the website, and I just didn't get enough things listed to do a full 2 hours today. But the stuff that I have is really exceptional. Okay. Where to start? Okay, well, we have been on a stretchy bracelet roll here because that was something that I saw all over Tucson and I decided to jump on it, and you guys have loved it. We have got at least 2 styles of stretchy bracelet on today, and one of them is going to be these beautiful 6mm Amazonite beads. So the stretchy bracelet is about 7 inches. So you can consider this either as like a half strand of gemstones if you want to cut it apart and use those Amazonite as in other pieces, or you can use it as the stretchy bracelet and kind of create stacks of bracelets on your arm. I think that's a really fun trend. So the Amazonite, and I believe the other one that I know that we have in today is going to be some tiger eye. Let's see here. Then this was an interesting one. I was buying gemstone chips at a specific vendor, and I picked these up thinking that they were just gemstone chip strands. And it wasn't until like an hour ago, until I started putting them in today's live sale, that I realized these are actually made into necklaces. So there's actually a clasp here. This is mother of pearl chip beads, which is not something you see very often. It is an 18-inch strand. Now I took their word for that. Let me measure it real quick here because I happen to have, yeah, they're lying. It's a 16-inch strand. I'll have to go change that on the description. Because as I'm looking at this, I'm like, this looks like it's 16 to me. 16-inch strand. So you can use it as a necklace, or you can rip it apart for the mother of pearl chip beads and use them in other projects, which I think is so cool. Obsidian, I do not have any today. I do have some coming in the future, but I have not listed anything for today. So good question, Teresa. Let's see here. Any tourmaline today? As a matter of fact, yes. I have at least one. Did I get the other tourmaline in? I have at least one tourmaline. Oh, there it is right there. I got lucky because I hadn't pulled it to show, but let me show you. Some really beautiful, just deep colors on this tourmaline. I thought that the dark pink in particular was absolutely spectacular, but having the dark pink and the light pink in there, and then the greens with just that pop of kind of a orangey yellow, these strands were really exceptional colors, I thought. So those will be on. Those are going to be running 18 a strand. Let's see here. Okay. I'm glad you love the tourmaline. All right. Then it's just an abundance of riches here. Pearls. I bought, unsurprisingly, a whole lot of pearls while I was there. And we've got a couple of different types on today, but this one is my favorite. Look at these itty bitty button pearls. They are running, if I recall, they're like 2.5 by 3mm or by 4mm. No, let me just find here we are, 2.7 by 5mm. So they're like perfect for like capping off earrings, using as spacers on top and bottom of earrings, or as spacers in a strung bracelet. Certainly great for using in bead embroidery. I just thought that they were so cool. And I have quite a few of those. This was it's not a new cut because it's a coin bead, but I had not seen coin beads in a 6mm size in a really, really long time. And they are so stinking adorable. And today we've got them in carnelian, and look at how beautiful that is. The carnelian is really nice color on that. And they're so little, so little. Here, just to give you a sense of scale there. Yeah, I like that a lot. Uh, I was hoping to get a whole bunch more of these little coins. I think I got one or maybe two other stones in the little coins, but I talked extensively with the vendor and they have that cut in other stones back at their warehouse. And so I am going to be, they're one of many vendors that I'm going to be getting in touch with over the next couple months to get some additional stock, because by the time I got there, they'd sold out of certain things that I would have loved to get my hands on, that being one of them. Um, then well, I really lucked in big time into a whole bunch of itty bitty strands. Um, there were a couple of vendors that had really high quality, very interesting small strands. And by small strands, I mean things that are like 4 millimeter and lower, whether there were rounds or rondelles or cubes. And in this case, I have got some Mookaite cubes. They're 2.5 millimeter cube beads. You guys, I had never seen Mookaite in a itty bitty before. And so I just love this because Mookaite can be a pretty dramatic stone that it's like it's one I love, but sometimes if it's in a bigger stone, the individual colors are so strong that it kind of feels overpowering. Well, in the little itty bitty babies, this is these are awesome. I mean, I would wear this all day long. I did put a strand of these back for myself because I think that they'd be great as a little dainty bracelet, but I also, setting off other stones and that kind of thing. So I was super excited to find that because literally I've never seen Mookaite in something that small, in a cube before. I also found some very special cubic zirconia beads. These are synthetic cubic zirconia. And the colors on this particular strand, they're showing up mainly blue. No, I see that you can see the green on them. So they're a blue-green kind of mix. It's a very mermaidy kind of mix in a, let's see, it looks like a 3 millimeter round. Yeah, okay, my eyes do not deceive me. So they're 3 millimeter rounds. Um, so super gorgeous there. And then this one, I may have gone a little nuts on because I just thought these look so juicy and fun. Look at these babies. This is a mix of strawberry quartz. There is some cherry quartz in there. There's just other colors. This is basically a mix of quartz colors. But doesn't that just look like spring to you? They're so juicy. It's everything in me not to eat them. There's just something about the way, especially in that smooth rondelle, they're just so beautiful. So, like I said, that's just a little sampling. There's one more I got to show you because it's sitting right here on top. This is the last thing I put in for today. I pulled this because it made me think of upcoming St. Patrick's Day, and I had it here on my desk. And Raina had walked into my office to ask a question, and she looked at those and she went, "Oh, those look like St. Patrick's Day." I was like, "Man, I did good." So look at these fun beads. They are table cut givre beads. There are 3 different colors of glass in these beads. You've got the white and the green and some amethyst in there. And so when you've got multiple colors of glass in the same mixture, that's what's called givre. Table cut is, it used to be a completely oval bead, and then they have ground off the back and front surfaces so that it is a flattened surface. It is a very labor intensive kind of bead. And you guys, these guys are only going to be $4.50 a strand. So you got your St. Patrick's Day right there. As a matter of fact, the other St. Patrick's Day item, and Raina came and showed me this. This is something that we'd shown back in August, and we have some left because this is a very St. Patrick's Day thing too. This is this is called a silk glass, where it creates kind of those lines across it. That's just a function of the glass itself. So this is like a 26 by 22 millimeter check glass oval. You're getting 2 of them in a package. And these work great with like tassels coming down the bottom. They are great as focal beads, and they are obviously scream St. Patrick's Day, just coming right up. All right. I guess I better get off this live because I've gotten really chit chatty and I still want to add a couple more things to the sale. So I hope you can join us. We're going to be right there at jwdlive.com. It starts in about half an hour, which is 4 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Central, 2 o'clock Mountain, 1 o'clock Pacific. Mom will be there. Poppy will be there. Poppy was at the groomer on Wednesday, and she has managed to keep her adorable flower bows in her hair so that she could show you guys today. So I'll see you then. Bye, guys.